if you want to heal from a painful past, there are two steps that you have to follow. The first step is to revisit your memories, and it should be done in a particular way. Let us imagine that you are carrying a backpack full of colorful stones, and each color stone represents a memory. Now, let's take a red color stone from your backpack, which represents a painful memory from your past. Something like suddenly losing a loved one during COVID or abuse of some sort. And when you hold that red stone in your hand, it feels so heavy even to carry. You feel as if you are in the exact same moment when that incident happened. Like you are sweating and you are in shock, anxious, afraid, and more than that, you can't even remember what exactly happened to you at that moment. You don't have a complete picture of that memory, and that memory feels vague and incomplete. The pain you experience is still alive and the wound is still fresh. Now, these kind of memories are what we call as traumatic memories. A trauma, that is when a painful incident happens, your brain enters into survival mode. That is, all it thought was to find a way to deal with the situation and escape from it. As a result, the memory will be fragmented. That is, there will be gaps in what had happened and the incident might have not been completely stored in your memory. So, revisiting the past means going back to the memory, however painful it is, and facing the pain and fear. Looking at it from a vantage point, seeing it clearly, putting a lot of thought into it, and filling the gaps and reconstructing fragmented memories. It's like assembling a jigsaw puzzle. You should try to reconstruct the memories and place them in the right position to get a complete picture. Now, the first step is over. After you get the complete picture, it is time to do the second step, that is processing the memory. What is processing a memory? When you get a whole picture of a painful memory, you then have to give it color and context. That is, you understand your role in that particular incident and also understand the other's role in that particular incident. Actually, when you experienced it that time, you were in pain. But now, you are looking at a memory with an awareness that it is a past experience and your current self is safe. The truth is, the past is holding power over you because it's an unfinished story in your head and you haven't accepted it. By processing, you acknowledge that the incident happened and it did affect you and accept that you did not feel all the emotions that came with it. And don't blame yourself. It was not your mistake. The memory was painful and your brain was wired to avoid pain. But a painful memory becomes a burden if you are always ignoring it. To move forward in your life, you must process it. And when you process the pain in the right way, it loses control of you. Actually, processing turns raw pain into understanding and compassion, first for yourself and then for others involved. You're not just erasing the past. Instead, you are learning to find peace with the past by giving it logic, acceptance, and compassion. Both these steps sounds and looks very easy, right? But it is usually not the case. Each person's past and pain are different. If the intensity is too heavy, then it is better to get the necessary help from a trauma-specialized therapist. Now you might ask me, why should I go to a therapist? It's my trauma and I can revisit it and process it by myself. Of course you can, but if revisiting and processing are not done the right way, you might not be healed. It would make the wound worse and re-traumatize you. And that's why you need a therapist. Most people think that going to a therapy is all about venting out, but that's not all of it. You vent out in a safe space. A therapist can understand you and your pain and create a safe space where you can revisit your past memory. The positive vibration from them will create a safe space for you. And if you are stuck somewhere, they'll guide you to learn the skills to reconstruct the fragmented memories and process them completely. It's like learning to swim. When you learn to swim, initially you will need an instructor, right? Later, when you learn the skills, you start swimming by yourself. Healing from the past memory is also very similar and it is a personal choice. Some people will leave the past unattended and move forward. But if it is affecting your day-to-day life, it is important you seek help and heal. Imagine how would it feel like you're walking without a burden of backpack full of stones. How light would you feel? Now, consider reaching out to a therapist who specializes in trauma recovery to help you guide your journey. Remember, unpacking your backpack is not just about removing weights, it's about transforming your life journey. You're actually stronger than your past, and you have the power to redefine your life. If this message resonates with you, like the video so that it reaches more people who need it. Subscribe for more insights into mental health and healing.